Here with Steve Cishek. I'm Michael Watring on CNEagles.com. And Steve, you're back here at Carson Newman. What does it mean for you to come back here?
It means everything. This is my second home. I always said I've met some of my best friends here, and obviously did a lot of huge baseball work here. This is what got me to where I am now, and most importantly, this is where I became a Christian. So this place has it's a very special place in my heart.
You get an opportunity to talk to some of the guys. What message are you going to try to get across to them?
Well, I wanted to talk about I learned a lot this season. Not only on the field but off the field. So I wanted to go over fear of failure, knowing that there's ways to get out of it, and also just share my faith with a lot of team. I haven't had a chance to do that really here at Carson Newman, so I was hoping to get a chance to be able to share a little bit about the gospel and how that not only could help me out in baseball, but most importantly how I live my life through the gospel.
How much did Carson Newman impact you, not only on the field but off the field?
I mean, off the field, like I said, this is where I became a Christian, so it saved my life, and I'm forever thankful for coming to school here. And on the field, I learned so much about work ethic and what it means to compete and win. There's a big difference in what I thought was competing. Just the whole preparation, everything that goes into playing a season of baseball. I learned here, and just the work ethic they instill here is phenomenal.
You mentioned your favorite memory being from 2007 against Tusculum. You beat them twice to win the SAC Conference Tournament. What was it about that day that made it so special?
Well, we had to play 3 games that day. So we were up at 9:30 in the morning, played a 9-inning game, then had to beat Tusculum, who I think was number 11 or 12 or something like that in the nation, I forget. We had to beat them twice. Not only are they very good, but they're our rivals, and they already beat us once that series. Or tournament, excuse me. And so we had to go in there. We beat them the first game. Second game went extra innings, and I got to throw the last inning to put them away. And I mean, we just dogpiled. I've never done a dogpile anything like that before. Everyone's crying. It was the longest day ever, but it was one of the best baseball experiences even to this day.
What were the emotions that you had as people were dogpiling, and then maybe as you were driving home and reflecting on that game?
I mean, we couldn't stop smiling. We couldn't believe what just happened. It was like a baseball miracle, We played a ridiculous amount of innings. We were there for hours. I mean, I don't even know what time we got home, but it was almost so significant to us that when we got home, we thought we were gonna have a parade or something. I felt like man, everyone's gonna be out hanging out. Let's go. And obviously that wasn't the case. Everyone's in bed. They didn't even realize we won. But it was awesome, man. It brought us all together, and it's something we'll never forget.
You were a 5th-round pick in 2007. What was your draft day experience like? Were you expecting to go that high, and where were you when you got the call?
I had an idea. I know we talked to some scouts and stuff here that said when I could be possibly taken, and they said it looked good on the first day, and that was the first year they had the televised draft. So we watched it. I knew I wasn't going to be a first rounder or nothing, but we can see it on the computer, and just kind of keeping my fingers crossed and seeing, if I would get drafted on the first day. And sure enough, the Marlins selected me.
What is the best part about being a major league pitcher? I mean, you hear so many stories about it. What's the best part for you about going out there every day?
Just the fact that we get to play a game for a living and provide for our families while doing it. And also just, I've learned this year that, baseball gives us such a great platform to reach out to the community and to be able to share our faith. And, without baseball, everyone looks at athletes. They look to us as role models and stuff like that. So for me, I want to try to do the best job I can to be a role model for a young kid, and that I think that would mean the most to me.
How do you utilize your exposure at a major league level to help out other people and then help out some of the players here?
The exposure it's key. With Twitter and everything like that, you can reach out to people so easily, and write something on Twitter, fans comment, I can comment back to them, and just being able to say one thing to someone makes their day. And that's to us and baseball players is important. Obviously we can't make everyone happy, but just being able to get out there, play baseball for a living, people look up to us. We want to try to be role models as best we can. And for me, being a Christian, I just want to be able to try to share the love as much as I can. God loves us all, and that's the message I like to promote even while playing baseball.
You had an excellent season in 2013, 28 straight saves at one point. What was working for you out on the mound, and what is something that you're working on here in the offseason?
Well, I kind of did some fine tuning, but most importantly is like baseball is such a mental game that I was putting too much pressure on myself in the beginning of the year, and that's what I wanted to talk to these guys about. I was putting too much pressure on myself with that closer title, and really not just trusting myself, and even more importantly, trusting God. And I know that no matter what happens, win or lose, God still loves me, and that made it a lot easier for me to go out there, relax, and have fun playing the game, and that's exactly what happened.
What are your plans for the rest of the
Rest of
offseason?
the off season. Well, I'm gonna start training here in a little bit less than a week, and then for the most part, just training. We got a lot of traveling to do. Got a players association meeting in December. I got to go to. I'm a player rep, and we're just gonna be traveling and relaxing, and well, for me, working out. She gets to relax.
For Steve Cishek, I'm Michael Watchering here on CNEagles.com.